Fast version. Good morning, student. Is it audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Welcome to.
Happy Teachers.
Thank you very much. Welcome to the today's class. Recursion. How recursion is happening or defining in Python. You know the definition of the recursion. Recursion is what? Calling the function itself. Call the function in terms of itself is called a recursion. Generally, we are taking the example or program to prove the how the recursion is happens. That is factorial. See here, is my screen available to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, here definition is there. Recursion is the process of defining something in terms of itself. And he given one examples. Okay, let it be. First, I will explain the program. Then I will demonstrate the how the recursion is happening in the program. Here, I will write one program. Write Python program to find the factorial of a number. Factorial of a number. Okay. Here I am telling you that to define the function we need a def keyword. Def and the function name is, here I am writing factorial. Factorial of n the basic condition is what? If n is equal to 1, it returns 1. Else return, here I am writing the recursion function n into factorial of n minus 1. Here n is equal to int of input of enter a number to find factorial, to find factorial, to find factorial. Then call the function. Factorial print factorial of if my screen is available. Factorial of 10. Factorial is my screen is available.
Yes.
Okay, fine. Here I written a one program which is finding the factorial of a number. Then after the once it executes correctly, then I will explain how it works. The factorial of a 4 is how much? Anybody respond me? Factorial of 4 is how much? How much?
24.
4 into 3, 12, 12 into
24.
is 24. Okay. 24 into 1 is 24. Okay. Factorial of 4 is 24. You got the correct answer. Factorial of 4 is 24. Okay. Factorial of wait. Factorial of 5 is how much?
125.
120. Huh? Not 125. Factorial of 5 is 120. Okay. See here. Here this is the function definition. This is the function definition. Actually recursion happening here in else part. See what it does? A factorial definition of factorial is product of all integer from 1 to itself. That is called a factorial. The definition of factorial is, again I am saying is, it is the product of all integer from 1 to itself is called factorial. See here, in else part, n into factorial of n minus 1. It is calling this function until n becomes 1. Until n becomes 1. Then it returns the value. Here we are calling the function in a printf statement only. Here I am calling the here I am calling the function. See here def is the keyword, factorial is the function name, and n is the parameter. N is the parameter, and if is the condition is the basic condition, that is n equal to 1, it returns 1. Else part is what? N into factorial of n minus 1. And here this statement is, it reads the value which we need to find the factorial. And here in the printf statement, it is displaying the content and also value, factorial value. Have you understood the program, everyone? Hello? Okay, see here in this screen it is saying that calling the function itself. This diagram is showing that the function recurse is calling itself. So I will send this notes to you, and here is the explanation is there. See here, this factorial of 3, it is the first call with 3, and 3 into factorial of 2 is the second call. 3 into 2 into factorial of 1 is the third call. Lastly, it calculates the values and it returns to the calling function. See, here is the diagram is there, how it works. You go through this one. So many advantages of recursion. Some more example I will explain. Some more programs I will explain. Before that, I will explain what are the advantages of recursion. Here we can make the program into small unit sub-programs using recursion. That is, a complex program can be broken into some simple sub-programs. And also these functions and codes are very clean and elegant. And sequence generation is easier with recursion than using the some nested iteration. So these are the three important advantages of a recursion function. And some disadvantages also there. Sometimes the logic behind recursion is hard to follow through. Sometimes somebody cannot understand the logic. In this factorial function program, the else return statement, that is n into factorial of n minus. So to understand that statement is very important. So that is the thing he said. He is saying that it is hard to understand the code. He is saying that this one logic return n into factorial of n minus 1. This is a very important recursion functions happening. We can say a recursive. Okay, and recursive calls are expensive as they they take up a lot of memory and time. So another disadvantages of recursive function is it takes a lot of memory and time. So it is inefficient. And if something get errors, to debug that it is very difficult. So these are some advantages and disadvantages of recursion. And one program that to find the factorial of a number is using recursive function. The next example is here Fibonacci numbers. Any idea? Anybody tell me how to find the Fibonacci series? What is Fibonacci series? Anybody? Respond me. Otherwise, I will. It is the addition of last two preceding numbers. See here, Fibonacci number. Here it is a series of numbers in which each number is the addition of last two preceding numbers. See, the simplest, the series is he given 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8. This is the example of Fibonacci series. See here, one is 1 plus this preceding numbers, previous number is 0, 0 plus 1 is 1, 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 1 is 3. This is the Fibonacci series. See how to write a Fibonacci series using a recursive function. Here is the explanation is there. I will send this notes to you and I will explain the program here. If you have any confusion, see here the program, the definition I will execute using the Python shell. Don't worry. Write a program to generate Fibonacci series. Fibonacci series using recursive function. Using recursive Okay, who is scratching? Using recursive function. Is my screen available to you? Who is useless? Don't have a common sense? See here already I written a function def. See, I may search there who is doing that one. Fibonacci of n, and here also basic condition is if n is less than or equal to 1 and it returns n, else, yeah, this line is a recursive. Here we are using a recursive. See, is my screen available to you? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And here what we are doing, we are reading the value here. Enter a number of terms. Means how many numbers in a series. Fibonacci sequence. And here we are using the for loop. We are getting the return value and printing here. And in printf statement, it calls the Fibonacci dot P1. Okay, if it is asking enter number of terms, I am writing, I am giving a 5. What is the series? What we will get it? Anybody, any idea? Fibonacci series. Somebody respond me. Hello? Hello? Okay, fine. Fibonacci sequences are 0, 1, 1, 2, 3. See here 5 numbers are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 numbers are there. And this is the Fibonacci series. Then I will explain the program thoroughly. See how it is working. See here first what I am doing here. Here I am reading the Fibonacci sequence. How many numbers we need? 5, 4, 6, 7. And here what I am doing here in for loop. See, I is the iteratable variable and I am using the range. See here, n is how much? If I take the previous executed values, n is 5. Range of 5 means that is 0 to 4. 0 to 4 it takes the values. So here in printf statement, first it takes the what? 0. Fibonacci of 0, it sends here. It sends, and see here 0 is less than or equal to 1. Condition is true and it returns n. So first it prints the 0 and second it takes the 1. Hello. Second it takes the 1. Then it sends. Okay, again the definition receives the n value. N value is 1. N value is 1. N value is 1. Okay, 1 equal to 1, condition is true. Again it prints the second number is 1. Then the third, it takes the 2. So this definition takes the n value is 2. 2 is less than or is equal to 1. Condition is false. It goes to return else part. Here in else part, n minus n is to 2 minus 1 is 1. So it calls the function and it takes this one. Recursively it calls again 1 equal to 1, condition is true, and here in the plus part also n equal to 2, 2 minus 2 is 0, it sends here 0 is less than 1. Okay, both Fibonacci of n minus 1 plus Fibonacci of n minus 2 both together 1 plus 0 equal to 1. It sends that values. Now the values are 0, 1, 1. The next value is it takes the 3. 3 here 3 minus 1 is how much? 2 plus 3 minus 2 is 1. That is 2 plus 1 is 3. 1 plus 1 is 2. So here to understand this recursive is very, very important. This statement is important. So totally it generates the series 0, 1, 1, 2, 3. 0, 1, 1, 2, 3. Once again I will execute this one. See, I am entering the 5 and it is generating a 0, 1, 1, 2, 3. See how it works. Again I will explain. Concentrate here. See here. First line is the def Fibonacci of n, and in this function the first one is the basic condition checking if statement, that is if n of less than or equal to 1. If this condition is true, it returns n. It returns n. In else part, if it is false, it goes to else part, and here is the important is recursive function, that is and also it adds the last previous numbers of the series to get the next number, and here is the reading statement. How many terms we need? And this is the display statement, Fibonacci sequences. So here is a very important is these two lines to understand. See here. See what is the value of n? N is 5. So its range is how much? 0 to 4. 0 to 4. First it takes the 0 value. Then it sends this value. Again it returns. It prints 0. Second value it takes 1. It sends here. So condition is true. Again it prints that one. 0 1, and the second it takes the 2, sends here. So here by doing both 2 minus 2 is 0 and 2 minus 1 is 1. So again it returns 1, 0 1 1. So again it sends the 3. 3 minus 1 is 2 plus 3 minus 1 is 1. So here it returns the 1 plus 1, 1 plus 1, 2. And next is 2 plus 1, it returns 3, like that. Are you getting this one? Any confusion?
No, sir.
No? Okay, good. See here. If I use the next series, for example 7, it displays the 7 values 0 1 1 2 3 5 8. So if you are not getting here, the explanation is there, means how the program is working. The execution of program is okay, but to understand the each and every line of the program is very, very important, especially that recursive statement in a program. To understand that one is very important. Here the steps are there, program explanation is there. You go through that one. The third one is the one more program. These all these factorial, Fibonacci series, palindrome, these three programs from the textbooks. This is the prescribed and reference textbooks, John Guttard. So I collected these programs from the textbook. So these programs may be important. The third program is palindrome. Any idea what is palindrome? What is the definition of palindrome? Again I am saying factorial is it is the product of the integers from 1 to itself is factorial. And the Fibonacci series is what? It generates the series by adding the two preceding numbers. And palindrome is what? Whether it is string or numbers. If you reverse that one and meaning the value, meaning of the string and the value of the number must be same. That is called as palindrome. If you reverse the string, the meaning of the value must be same. For example, madam. If you reverse the string, you will get the same meaning, madam. And the number 121. If you reverse the numbers, we will get the same value. So that is called palindrome. How to find the palindrome, the string or numbers is palindrome or not? Using the Python, using the recursion in Python. Here is the program is there. I will explain this program. Even the program is only related to the it finds the whether a string is palindrome or not. Even we can check the numbers also. Why? Because in Python number is also treated as a string until to convert that string into integer. I will open the Python shell. Here, write a Python program to find the string is palindrome or not. Here the first statement is what? Def keyword, palindrome the name of the function and the parameter name is yes. Here it is checking the first condition in this function. Length of the string is less than 1. If this is true, then it returns true. Here the true and false are keywords in Python. In the elif part, else if. So we have a elif keyword in Python. Here it is very important. We are using a subscript, that is the square brackets, to access the character from the string. S of 0 means it takes the first character of the string, which is equal to S of -1, which takes the last character of the strings. If both the last character of the string and first character of the string is same, then it returns true. It is true. Then the cursor comes to return part. Return part. So what it does? It checks the both the string. Here is this is the recursive function. Recursive function. Otherwise, it returns false. Here, what I am doing? I am taking the strings. It is a reading statement, and here it is checking the whether a return value is true or not. If it is true, string is palindrome. Otherwise, string is not palindrome. Otherwise, string is not palindrome. Okay, I will run this strpy. Okay, I will run this program. See, enter a string. Madam. Is madam is palindrome or not? Somebody respond me. Hello. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Is a palindrome. We got the answer. See, I will explain how this is working, and one more execution I will do. See, hello. Hello is palindrome or not? Hello.
No, sir.
No. Okay. String is not palindrome. I will do one more execution. Number 1 to 1. See, in Python, if we are not converting any value, required value, it is a string value only. 1 to 1 is string or not? Sorry, 1 to 1 is palindrome or not? It is also palindrome. It is also palindrome. I will execute one more time. 4, 5, 6. It is not a palindrome. I executed 4 times, both string and numbers. See then how it works. See here, first cursor comes here. it asks the string. We entered the value madam. Madam is assigned to A. A's value is madam. So in if condition here we are calling the function. The A value is madam. So it calls this function. Now the S value is how much? What is the S value? S value is madam. And what is the length of the madam? Length of the string is how many characters it is? No, that is the length of the strings. So length of the madam is how much? Anybody respond me?
5.
5. Okay. 5 is less than 1. The condition is false. Cursor comes here. Ellipse part. See here. S of 0 means what? This subscript square bracket is what? It accesses the first character of the strings. S of 0 means what? S of 0 is what? How much value? What is the value? M value. M value. And which is equal to S minus 1 means that this is the, it takes the last characters. Minus 1 last characters, minus 2 is second last characters, like that. Hello?
Okay, sir.
S of minus 1 is what? It takes the last characters. Last character is what? That is also M. M is equal to M. So this condition is true. Cursor comes here. So here the recursive function is very important. Just think that this S of 1 colon minus 1 means that what it does, it checks the first and second last. If it is true, then it returns true. See how the logic is happens. It's very important, this recursive function. This palindrome S of 1 colon minus 1 is what? See what it does, it checks the first character and last character, second character and second last character. If both are same, if everything is same, then it returns the true values. The true value comes here. True is equal to true. So string is palindrome. Otherwise, string is not palindrome. Have you understood this one? So how easy it is? Hello? Anybody respond me? Hello? Okay.